If you clicked on this video, you're probably a student just like me, although I'm planning on dropping out of school. But don't worry, I can tell you for a fact that I have the solution to your problem. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I believe this is you. You want to be smart to impress your mother. You want to be that kind of A-class student, the one who always gets a 95 and above in all his exams, and that student who just is the top of the class. If that is you, perfect, you're in the right place. Maybe you have not gotten to that level yet, but you are aspiring to get to that level, and I can help you. Listen, I'm a Nigerian, and Nigerians have the most struggling universities. So a person who can be outstanding in a Nigerian university can obviously be outstanding in every university of the world. The Asians are popularly known to be smart and intelligent, specifically because they have all trained themselves and their genetics to do the hard and the right thing. But a whole lot of persons have always been living their lives learning how to do easy things. So making them do the hard thing at that point in time is literally like making an ant hit a sugar, because it's almost impossible. And also coupled with the fact that Asians have their version of TikTok that helps them get more educated, and it doesn't show them all this nasty entertainment content like it shows the rest of the world. Everything around them is programmed to be intelligent, technical, smart, and problem solving. That's why these people, they're literally built differently. And then Africans, on the other hand, we're very similar to Asians. We know that we're kind of on the dark side of the spectrum, so we really have to fight to make sure our future is better. But then again, there's you, which is most likely not an Asian or maybe not even an African. How are you going to help yourself in this case, and how are you going to become smart just like every other person around you? First things first, we're going to start with the problem. And now the number one problem I see all over social media is giving the right information to the wrong people. There are two kinds of brains. We have the ADHD brains and the non-ADHD brain. The ADHD brains are brains that are easily distracted or maybe hyperactive, and the non-ADHD brains are the normal brains. And right now I'm going to show you a video of an ADHD student, and I want you to take a good look at how he reacts to learning a maths problem and playing a video game. And then your next question should be, how do I know if I have an ADHD brain or a normal brain? And let's play this test together. I'm going to show you a video that's going to actually determine if you have the ADHD brain or the normal brain. So
the success of this illusion depends on your ability to focus and not be distracted. With this illusion, you must fixate on the flashing spot in the middle of the screen. As you stare at the flashing spot, the surrounding yellow spots will gradually vanish from your consciousness one by one. As soon as you let your eyes wander, the effect is broken and the dots reappear, so you must focus and fixate on the flashing spot to make the dots vanish. This illusion, therefore, can be used to measure your ability to focus and hold your attention despite distractions. If you can only make one or two of the spots vanish, you are easily distracted and find it difficult to hold your attention for long. Individuals diagnosed with ADHD are rarely capable of making all the dots vanish. In severe cases, the individual does not observe the disappearance of any dots at all. If you can make all the dots vanish, you have a normal attention span. However, if you can make all the spots vanish for more than 5 seconds, your ability to hold your attention is truly extraordinary. It is thought that only 1 in 100,000 people have the power of mind to make all the dots vanish for 10 seconds or more.
brain. So just in case you've gotten your results, you now know if you have the ADHD brain or the normal human brain. And just in case you're curious, I'll be honest with you, I have the ADHD brain, okay? So I lack focus, or maybe I'm always hyperactive. Just to be sure you have an ADHD brain, you're most likely watching this video and you're scrolling in the suggestion box where you have other videos, or you're most likely watching this video and reading the comment section. Now, if you're doing these both things, it means you probably have an ADHD brain. But then again, don't be scared, because I have helped myself in this trick. The reason I made this experiment with you is just to know the kind of brain in which you have. The common mistake I see a whole lot of gurus that want to help you be smart do out there is they try to present a solution that works for the non-ADHD brain to the ADHD brain, and That's where you're going to have a problem, okay? A solution that works for the non-ADHD brain cannot work for the ADHD brain, but a solution that works for the ADHD brain can work for the non-ADHD brain. Believe me, there are a whole lot of videos out there that can tell you how to be smart, but these videos are correct. Maybe the reason it has not been helping you is because they are actually for the wrong audience, they are for the wrong people. You're meant to identify your problem and know the solution suitable for your problem. And then the next problem I see in the industry of self-help smartness is information overdose. Now, remember that time I talked about scrolling in the suggestion box while watching this video? I want you to do something for me. Make this video full screen, okay? Be locked in. Because if you cannot even focus on one video, you cannot focus on your books. I will tell you for a fact. And now, specifically for the issue of information overdose, I know I have a friend that we have joined our heads together to create an app called Infinite. The app specifically works on people trying to get smarter, and it kills information overdose. So if you jump into the app, you are assured that you're getting the only information you need and the right information, where you're not going to be jumping from one video to another video. So that is where the Infinite app comes in. But don't worry, we've not finally launched the app to the public, but when the app is going to be launched, I'm going to let you know. And then I'll be honest, I just feel the last problem is procrastination. Procrastination can just be killed by getting to work instantly. First things first, before I jump into the solution, I want you to help me do something. Forget about all the BS you have heard out there. Forget about everyone that I've told you about the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, the 3Q, 3R method, and whatsoever they are called. Some of them are only specifically applicable to people who do not have ADHD. People who have ADHD, it's most likely not going to work for them. And now, listen, remember when I said some solutions are given to the non-ADHD brain, but it doesn't work for the ADHD brain? But then again, I said some solutions can be given to the ADHD brain, but works for the non-ADHD brain. The solution I'm about to give to you works for the ADHD brain and also can be applicable to the non-ADHD brain. So that way, it is balanced for the both. And the first solution I have for you is make sure you have your notes or text written down in pen or paper. We live in a world where everyone wants to get into PDF. I love audiobooks, okay? I prefer audiobooks more than text, and I prefer visual learning more than text. But if at all, or if for any reason I'm meant to jump into text, then fine, I'll just write it down with pen and paper. Like, I literally have my video scripting right here. So I know that if I want to understand it more, I have to write it with pen and paper. And I don't have to look at the book every now and then because I wrote it down myself with pen and paper. So I just remember what I wrote. Now, this is what you need to do. The next time you're in class and your teacher starts telling you about the fact that she or he bought a Porsche 911 GT3 ROS, if it happens to be that that car is your favorite car, just write "my teacher bought my favorite car." When you're reading, you automatically remember that your teacher bought a Porsche 911 GT3 ROS because it is your favorite car. Once you're writing down, learn to break down the words in your own understanding. For example, unambiguous, you can change it to not straightforward. Lackadaisical, you can change it to lazy or not willing to work. You can also change omnipresent to everywhere. Perspicacious, fast understanding. Fastidious can be changed to observant. Negativity, wrong. And finally, ubiquitous, everywhere. So these are clearly words that you can break down in a simpler term that you can remember. So the next time you're reading along ubiquitous, you don't have to remember the long name ubiquitous. You can just remember he's everywhere. So when you hear that guy is ubiquitous or I saw the car ubiquitously, it just means you saw the car everywhere. And also be careful not to do this too much because some words are specifically needed in some set of cases. And then the next one is teaching is the best form of learning. And I will tell you for a fact because this has worked specifically for me, okay? I don't know everything. The reason teachers are so intelligent, it's not because they know everything, but it's because they've taught one specific topic over and over and over and over again for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and at some point they can literally recite everything from that topic even without opening a book. The reason why Christians or pastors know so much is because they've taught the Bible over and over and over again, and they can recite some certain Bible passages even without opening the Bible. So once you have taught over and over again, at some point you can literally know what you're talking about even without too much hustle. Listen, I'll give an example. I am a forex trader, okay? The reason I know how to navigate the forex trading market very well is because even as a beginner forex trader, I used to teach other people how to trade forex, despite the fact that I was never a good forex trader, okay? But yet I would always open my system and try to teach another person how the forex market can be navigated. And from there, they understood the forex market, and I myself understood the forex market. Well, in life, you get ahead by applying and not just learning. And then the third one is, if you have ADHD, please stop reading with music. Now, I get this a lot, okay, when a whole lot of people say, I understand better when I read with music on, and at the end of the day, it just doesn't work for them. And I have tried it a whole lot of times, it just doesn't work for me. A little pin falling on the ground can literally distract me. Because I know I have ADHD, I would always help myself to read in the most quiet place possible. And then the fourth one is learn to tune your listening speed to what works for you. This is specifically for those who have audiobooks or video classes or courses or tutorials or some of these VSLs and a whole lot of these things. If you're too fast or if you're too slow and you don't like watching slow videos, you're literally not going to understand. And if you're playing it too fast and if you don't like watching fast videos, you're literally not going to understand. I remember when I was watching the Squid Game series, I had to reduce the speed of the movie because I could not read Korean translated into English as fast as a whole lot of people could think. So in that case, I just had to slow down the movie, okay? I just cannot understand it that fast. When you're watching a VSL or you have an audiobook or an audio library, always tune it to the speed that is suitable for you. A whole lot of people like to listen to things in 2x X speed, and a whole lot of people like to listen to things in 4x X speed. So whichever works for you, go ahead. But bro, don't you think listening to things in 4x X speed is so weird? And the last and final one I have for you is train yourself to kill information overdose. Listen, if you're still here at the point of this video, it's because you have some level of focus. But then again, if you're still here and you're scrolling through the comment section or you're scrolling through the other suggestion box of videos, that is where we have the problem, my friend. Because at this point in time, you're watching the video and you're looking for other things, so you're literally distracted. You cannot focus on one thing, and that's where we have the problem. So you need to learn to cut out all the distractions, okay? And I'll tell you, there is no specific magical technique that if you do this and not do this, it's going to help you to kill procrastination or it's going to help you kill information overdose. Absolutely not. You just have to decide and take it upon yourself that I don't want to be overdosed with information I do not want. The next time you're watching a YouTube video, try to make the screen full. Stop scrolling through the comment section. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, just get to work, okay? If you want to read, start reading. Watching more YouTube videos wouldn't make you smarter. Bye for now.